Lisa from In the Hidden Kingdom, and I want to talk about the twin flame journey and what happens during the dark night of the soul. So, when you first meet your twin flame, right, the divine masculine energy, and that could be male or female, everything seems perfect in the beginning, right? You feel like you met your perfect person, and that doesn't last too long, right? Before you know it, they separate. Now, you may have met your person in the 3D reality, or you may have met your person maybe only through text or through video, or even in the upper realms. And it doesn't matter. In either case, however you met your divine masculine, they activated your soul. And when they leave and you are separated from them, energetically or in the 3D reality, all twin flames go through the dark night of the soul. And this can be really, really hard because there's so much pain that the divine feminine energy goes through. And that can be emotional pain, just not understanding what happened. It kind of came out of the blue. You didn't expect it. So there's a lot of anxiety. There's a lot of mixed feelings that you may be feeling depressed, just a whole bunch of emotions, which can cause the divine feminine energy to cry and to be by yourself, not want to go to work. Things like that start to happen. And it can be really tough for the divine feminine energy at this time as they go through this dark night of the soul. And what's happening too is that you get this realization that something is going on, right? Because as we know, the twin flame journey is your spiritual awakening. So as you begin releasing the layers of your ego, you start to question everything about your life. And as you do that slowly, things just don't make sense, which brings you again to that dark night of the soul. And that's really painful, really, really painful, especially when they separate from you, because it's almost like somebody chopping off your arm, right? And I'm sure that would hurt a lot. And so the dark night of the soul is real, and the pain is real. And what you want to remember is that because this is your spiritual awakening, it's going to push you to release the layers of your ego. And you can do it the fast way, or you can do it the shorter way. If you fight it, it's going to take a long, long time. If you cooperate and begin to start to have awareness of this journey, then it happens quicker, because the twin flame journey is a way to awaken you, but you can do it quicker, because any other spiritual awakening can take a long time. But a twin flame journey there's a lot happening with you receiving light codes, and which can give you a lot of physical ascension symptoms, which can be really heavy on the body too, right? A lot of pain that your body goes through. So that's also happening. And again, that can be really painful. So, to make it easier on yourself, most twin flames want to take the short route. But it's hard. It's hard because when you're going through that pain of not having your divine masculine, the person that you thought you were going to be with, right, forever. So this part pushes you into the dark night of the soul. And again, it's extremely painful to go through that, but it doesn't have to last forever, right? You don't have to stay in the dark night of the soul, because as you begin to detox from your divine masculine and you start to really work on yourself and self-loving yourself and putting yourself first, then you start to align more with your soul, and that is how you get out of the dark night of the soul. and it doesn't become as painful as it was initially when you first separated. But you can have other dark night of the souls as well, especially if they come back in and then they leave again. That could trigger another dark night of the soul, or anything really in your journey could trigger another dark night of the soul, especially a traumatic event or a crisis that happens can trigger another dark night of the soul as well. Because remember, with this journey, it isn't all about your twin flame. It is all about your life, right? And what's triggering your life. So, and that could be family, friends, coworkers, so everybody around you. Because again, this is your spiritual awakening. And it's important to really begin to understand what that is. So the dark night of the soul is something that, again, all twin flames go through. So don't feel like you're alone in this. You're not alone, but you can take the shorter route, and it is possible to kind of get out of the dark night of the soul. And you will get out of the dark night of the soul at some point, and really start to work on yourself and stay in solitude and begin to really connect with your creator, right? And begin listening to your intuition, and really understanding that your awakening has happened for a reason, and you are a beautiful soul, right? You're not a dark soul. You're a beautiful, beautiful soul. And it's a gift to be a twin flame, although you may not feel like that at all. And I hear it so many times that people want to get off the journey, they want to hit that red button and get off the train, that it's not a gift. It's extremely hard, and it can be extremely hard if you allow it. So you really have to spend time with yourself and listen to your intuition, because your clairs will also be activated, right? And you'll be able to um, tune in to yourself and really listen to what's the message for you. You know, what do you need to do? What do you need to let go of? And it's all about the ego, and we're so um, conditioned by the ego, right? Because that's all you've ever known is the ego. Ever since you were a little person, that's what the ego is, what we knew, right? But with your awakening, you're going to learn that the ego has its place, right? When it comes to logistics and getting things done. So it's not all terrible, but your ego can keep you trapped, can keep you fearful. Your ego can keep you feeling abandoned. Your ego can keep you feeling unworthy. And those are the negative energies that you want to transmute out of your system, out of your vessel, right? Because we all have a vessel, which is our body, and transmute that back into the universe and letting all that go. And that's how you start to align with your soul, and you get rid of or you get out of the dark night of the soul, which again is very painful, because in the beginning you're just scattered and trying to figure out what exactly has happened. And I always believe that, you know, when you initially find out about the twin flame journey, if you weren't aware of it, and most twin flames were not aware of what twin flames are before they met their twin flame, and you will meet certain spiritual teachers that will guide you along, whether that be me or whether that be someone else that you met, will guide you along this journey, because this journey is divinely guided. So trust. It's all about trusting in your creator and surrendering to your creator and living a life like in meditation. And that doesn't come that easy, right? It does take time. So, and I say this in a lot of my videos, you really have to take time to process what's going on and try to um, align with your soul and look deep within. You're not going to find the answers on the outside, right? Yes, you can meet spiritual people that can help you along, but be careful with meeting the right spiritual twin flames that are giving you the right message, right? Because it can be very confusing as different people give different messages, right? And you will learn to know what feels right for you. I truly believe that. And you will realize certain things that people are saying may not be accurate. So that's something that you'll have within you, and you'll be able to make better decisions and how to, really begin releasing the layers of your ego. But it does take time. So be patient with yourself, love yourself. You're worth it. And it is a gift to be a twin flame, like I said, because and you have a lot of light to shine, right? And you have a lot to offer the world. You just may not know what that is, but that's why your soul was activated and you've begun to awaken. You've had this spiritual awakening. So again, things will get easier for you once you understand what the dark night of the soul is and how to really get out of the dark night of the soul. It does get easier and it does take time, it's not going to change in a week or 2 week, and you're going to balance your energy and neutralize your energy in 2 to 3 weeks, and they'll be back in a month. So it doesn't really work that way. But it doesn't have to last years and years and years either, with being in separation, because you can have that inner union and your divine masculine can come back to you when your energy is more neutralized, and then you can make that decision whether you want to be with your twin flame or not. But that's more like a bonus, and you have to be on this journey to do it for yourself. You can't be on this journey to have an outcome of having your twin flame back, because it won't work. It doesn't work that way, unfortunately. And it does get easier. So be patient with yourself and know that there's a higher purpose. But again, the dark night of the soul is very, very painful. And with support and with guidance from your creator or your guides or your archangels or angels, whoever you connect with, right? And that is crucial during this journey, to connect with yourself, with your higher source, and ask for help and ask for answers, and you'll be guided. You'll be guided beautifully. But just know that this is your awakening, and it's special, and it is a gift. But I know it doesn't seem like a gift, but you will begin to realize that it is. So I hope this video was helpful to all of you.